And I will also, I mean, you can probably, hello, Philip. Good to see you.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining this webinar. Probably that I will keep you as a host, maybe if you would wish to show the website, because I will have some questions with regards to Swipelux. And as we start here, dear blockchain enthusiasts, innovators, and visionaries, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the Qchain Foundation's Metaverse show. And today we are embarking on an extraordinary journey through the dynamic landscape of Web3. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome each one of you to this enlightening webinar. As we stand at the forefront of technological evolution, the Qchain Foundation is thrilled to co-host a panel of distinguished experts and pioneering entrepreneurs from the Web3 economy. Together, we are set to explore the depths and possibilities of the revolutionary digital era. And I'm incredibly excited to introduce our esteemed guest, Philip Kollert, the COO and co-founder of Swipelux. And as I'm saying that, me and Philip, we expect your reaction in the Q&A session. So maybe raise your hands or type in something. And today we announce Swipelux as a trailblazer in bridging the gap between the Web 2 and Web 3 economies. And Philip's insights and expertise are pivotal in driving the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies, shaping a future where digital finance will be accessible to all of us. So, Philip, probably my first question would be, why Swipelux? How was the name coined?
Yeah, that's a funny question. So to be honest, we are thinking of how can we interpret the easy purchase we are trying to do, the easy onboarding. And we were thinking of a swipe as an action that you are doing on your phone. And then, so we were thinking of something like Swipe company.
Okay.
But then I was like, well, but usually technological company needs to have their X letter. So let's try to bundle it together. So that's how Swipelux have been created the name. But before that, we've been using company names generator. It's also funny.
Okay.
We're trying to find a name for the company, but this is how it ended up. Trying to make it easy for people to onboard. So Swipe and X as a technological company. Nothing too overcomplicated.
So we're already discussing the artificial intelligence.
Yes,
Yeah.
kind of, yes.
Yeah, that's a great name, to be honest, and Lux stands for luxury. Yeah, I mean, the website looks amazing, and in terms of, let's say, the user interface and my understanding. So since we started the discussion of this subject, for me, I would say once I saw it for the very first time, it looks like a marketplace of coins, and there are about 147 tokens listed so far. So these are your clients, and who have undergone the KYB procedure, as per my understanding. So
Yes.
technically saying this is a marketplace, just a kind of a shopping cart where you can put several currencies and just purchase it with your Visa and or MasterCard.
Yeah, but Swipelux have never been designed to be a B2C company. We are literally like building 98% of our time infrastructures. So when we were thinking what we want to build in Web3 4 years ago or 3 years ago, we knew that there is a gap between these great projects that are in Web3 and the users who might use it. And we were thinking of a way how to get them there. And we understand that the reason why it's not scaling on the Web2 audience as much is it's just simply hard to get inside of the ecosystem. Usually I'm a big fan of doing this grandmother test of you explaining a product to your grandmother and asking her to perform action. And if she's not able to do that, then there is something wrong. Swipelux have designed multiple tools which are helping businesses in Web3 to get the people who are not familiar with the Web2 on board. So yes, for sure, you can purchase the assets with Visa MasterCard. It's one of the essential things we're doing, giving the users option to use their card, which everybody have to purchase the asset. but there has been more troubles popping up the more we have been engaged with the businesses. Some businesses have been saying, well, look, yeah, right now customers can purchase with a card, but they don't have a wallet. And it's hard for them to create it. So that find a couple of solutions how to create a wallet with just a Gmail account, and again solved an issue of that. And I would be able to probably to speak a lot longer than that on what other issues we've solved. But in general, it's just like, let's try to get these users here without even them noticing. And I think that one of the main goals of Swipelux is to stop using the word of Web3, but just start calling it web and having there no difference. That I think would be a sufficient
solution. Yeah, I think so. The simplicity is the key of adoption. So I mean, those companies who will perform this in the easiest manner will be the winners here and the forefronters, of course. So since we started discussing your company, I mean, checking through your website, I've noticed that you are in multiple locations. And at least from the website, one can mention that you've got offices across Estonia. The Bratislava is mentioned there, probably the office in United Kingdom. And I know that you are based in Prague. So you seem to be a multinational, multi-speaking company. How many languages do you speak? I mean, just roughly, you think that the entire team speaks across all of you? How many languages do you support?
Yeah, so me personally, it's just like Czech and English. But if I would, it's
But that's enough.
question.
That's enough.
Yeah, but so we do have a little below 20 people in the company, and I think that by the end of the next year we'll have a little below 50. But the languages that we speak is Russian, Czech, English, and then I guess like the people are speaking more languages. But these are like the languages we are using internally. And yeah, the people are all around the world. It's just like when you're looking for great people to work with, you will end up in having people all around the world. If you want to choose really the great talents which we are insisting on, then you result in having a hire in one part of the planet and the second in the complete opposite. So yeah, it's great, and multi-language company, I would say.
No, this is, yeah, how the Germans say multiculti. That's amazing. No, that's amazing. I mean that people from different parts of the world, when you get them together, you actually cover the entire world. Yeah, so
That's true. Yeah, but
so
lately I'm kind of missing the office feeling. Like it's quite hard to imitate the real office culture. These are like the small things. Like you go for a coffee and you chat with a colleague about non-work related stuff. You cannot really do that in full remote company. So we will be in 2024 opening a larger office in UK where we will migrate with the business people that we have in the company, because we want to be around them. We want to meet in the office, and we want to again go back to for somebody old school, but for us important for culture, office relocation.
Well, that sounds good. Okay, as we get together, I see that already 60 people are joining us. So I would ask our dear viewers, linking the invitations to their social networks and inviting their friends to join us. We are just starting off. And Philip, if you don't mind my question, I mean, I know that you are in crypto for 7 years or so, and you started from mining, as far as I know. So, I mean, let's say where are your students' years have passed, if you don't mind, and what is your background?
Well, I remember when I was in elementary school, I wanted to become a lawyer, because I was trying to create an image of me in the future, and I've drawn myself in a suit. I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah, but then one of my teachers have asked me if I know what is Bitcoin, and I was like, no. And then I tried to Google it, and I remember that from that time I have fallen in love with crypto, and not only that, it's way beyond that, like fintech startups, and trying to build few companies. I built a couple of them, and in Web3 specifically, one of them, I would say, quite significantly successful was the mining farms. I've never wanted to do the trading because I was like, well, it's not fun to do sitting in front of your computer and then looking at the charts. It sounds boring. So we were building the mining farms in Czech Republic, and we've ended up with becoming one of the largest developers of mining farms in Czech. That's where I was 18 or 17 or something like that. And then I wanted to create a company which has its own product and not a service per se. So that's where we met with my co-founder. And from that moment, we've become like best friends and spent every day with each other and trying to think of what are the problems that needs to be solved. And that's how we've created Swipelux. And between that, I was trying to establish a couple of companies, and I would say that 80% of my project, maybe 90% have failed, burned a lot of money, and learned a lot. But I guess like that's what I like, being on the edge and failing and learning from that.
Yeah, well, that's the story of success. I mean, that successful people, they fall and rise again, fall and rise again. So that's that's the statistics, the mathematics. So sooner or later this should come. And I would say that you are young, and I was totally different in your ages. So I mean, we wish you, all our team, we wish you luck, and we will do our best. So your performance increased along with ours, of course. So you mentioned your team. I believe this is also the C-level of your company. I mean, how did you meet each other, and whose idea? How did you meet on the edge of this idea?
Mm-hmm. So I've met. It was right after I had burned 90% of my capital and I needed to go to a normal job. That's where I've met my co-founder. And from the day one, we were like, same-minded, wanted to build company. So that's how we've met. And with the CTO as well through one of our friends. And I think that one of the essential things with the C-level position or co-founder position roles is that it's not like a normal hire. I feel that sometimes people are not insisting enough on finding the good co-founder. Like they're looking for a co-founder for one week, maybe on some app specifically designed for meeting a co-founder when you don't have one, and then looking for a hire for 3 months. I think it should be completely opposite. Because with the co-founder, you're gonna end up in really, really bad situations as a company. And you want to make sure that you have someone extremely stable on your behalf who will not run away. So it was hard, and I'm extremely happy for the two guys. It's great to have them on board, and I'm happy that we've ended up in this team condition.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I mean, that's the story when things they, I mean, got together in a single point. So, but did you have money for the business by that moment? I mean, how was it? Was it a challenge for you to find funding for the project?
Yeah, before that, like everything that I have done, I have funded myself. But this was a much bigger project, and it was the first time I've stepped into what is the seed round, what is the pre-seed round, what is the angel investment, what is the VC space. And I remember I was learning from Y Combinator. I watched like almost all of the videos within 14 days. I haven't slept, so I've learned a lot. And then we knew that we need to get the angel investment 2.5 years ago, and we knew that we need to build an MVP for that. So for the first 6 months, we've been just building and kind of living this like homeless lifestyle of not having money because you're spending everything just to just stay alive, and you reserve the time to build the product. You launch with the first customer, and then we went to the angel investors and got the first money in the bank account, which was great because we could hire more people, we could get the licenses, we could get everything we needed to get to the point A. But it took us, the fundraise itself, the angel investment took us, I think, 9 months to get. I remember we've sent, I don't know, like 10,000 emails, 20,000 emails. We had, I don't know, 400 meetings maybe. And then maybe 100 follow-up meetings. From that, we had 4 third meetings and then like 2 offers. And one of them got then, on the last minute rejected. And then we've ended up with 1 offer that we've accepted, and we've got the money. And that's where it get more interesting, because you could get the new people in the team and you could move faster. You can do what you wanted to do. And yeah, so the first 6 months have been funded by us, or the 9 month, but then we've got the angel investments inside of the company, which was, I think, 250K, which we've used for the license, for stabilizing the product and getting the first, I think, 30 customers. Then we've got the seed round. This was much more, I would say, complex because we were dealing with professional investors. But we were lucky enough to get the investors, or lucky enough. I think that you have been great as a team. So we've got the investments from the Silicon Valley, majority.
Oh.
Yeah. And soon we will be also announcing a new fundraising round that we have managed to close. I cannot disclose yet the amount or who is it, but it's amazing. That's gonna be driving us in 2024 to become, or to get where we want to get.
So eventually you are not only the bridge from, as I've mentioned, Web 2 to Web 3, but also possibly the funds. I mean, so any funds within your equity now?
Yeah, we have VCs there. I don't know if, like the famous ones are, for example, Morgan Creek,
Okay.
Untapped Capital. These are, majority of them are from Silicon Valley. These are VCs who have funded our company in a seed round, and partially also in the pre-seed round. So yeah, we are funded, and it's for equity. We don't have a token, so it's an equity round.
Yes. So my understanding is that by the moment you got already, let's say, a long, extensive roadmap where you go. Do you envision yourself at least as a e-money licensed institution, or maybe a bank in the future?
So I think that 2024 is gonna make the decision. Right now, we are deciding, and we will be listening to the feedback on where should Swipelux, or where will Swipelux land in 2024. There are a couple of options. The first one is for sure becoming the EMI institution, where we will be offering more things and more products on the payment business. But the other thing that we are betting a lot on is right now the digital identity space. It's a huge market which we have managed to extremely naturally bundle within the things we built over the 2 years. We have certain KPIs that we have to meet until the 2024 ends, and based on the result, we'll choose the next path in 2025. If it's going to be more towards the payment business of the company. I'm not saying that we are going to shut down the payment business. It's just like more where we are going to be deploying more effort and assets. If it's going to be more the digital identity space or the payment business. Because right now the solution that we have is sufficient enough to help companies grow, and we've helped a number of companies to grow on number of users. And right now it's a time to help the whole market in the Web3 and also in the Web2 to help manage the data which are related to us as a humans, to make a revolution. Big revolution with fiat have been the credit lines or the loans, but with identity documents, there has been no revolution yet. There is just a passport, and it's time to make the experience a bit more smoother. It's time to make the movement of the documents, like health recorded documents between different countries, make the movement make smoother. And that's what we are aiming to build in the upcoming years.
Yes, my understanding is that you are ready for the MiCA regulation, and I wanted to touch it as well in terms of your products. So we understand that today you provide this on-ramp solution through purchase of crypto with your with the customer's regular Visa, MasterCard, credit debit card, and this is something we are finalizing our integration with you. I've tried tests today, but was I would say that I was locked by security filters, I guess. So we're checking this, but it works from the integration point of view. It works, and I wanted to touch some other products that you are planning to roll over. As you've mentioned, this is zero ID.
Yes.
So that's what you have described already, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to maybe give the explanation a bit more broader, or from the highlight perspective. So in Web3 specifically, there will be a time in 2025 when the new regulations are going to apply, where each of the customers of their favorite applications will have to identify themselves, which means they'll have to upload the ID document and a passport. And imagine that the average user has 7 favorite dEPs. So which it means that you'll have to literally like upload your document 7 times. So what we've designed is an option for you to pass the KYC with us, and you're going to get a digital passport in your wallet, which you cannot transfer. It's not transferable, and you can then take this token or take this passport and share your data with a company that you want to. You don't have to upload it again. Or some company will ask just for a proof where you are. If you are from Europe, if you are from US, and you'll be able to just share the proof without revealing the information. So it's gonna make the identification a lot easier. It's gonna make the companies in the Web3 compliant with the regulations. And we want to roll out this solution way beyond the Web3. So there are additional issues to be solved. There is the issue of your medical health data being stored at one place, and when you get an injury, the doctors need to know about you everything. So you want to make sure it's going to get transferred really easily. So you can think of the zero ID as a place where you can store your data which are related to you as a human person, and then with those data you can share the access with anybody you will desire to. And not only that, you will be also able to store your API keys. For example, we've recently also partnered up with the largest AGI agent in the AI space called Baby AGI. And what you are able to do is to store your API keys from ChatGPT in your MetaMask and get access to apps on GitHub with just logging with your MetaMask. And it will activate the API key. There are lots of projects we are building on GitHub. They're small pet projects, and they're struggling with how can we get non-technical users trying that out, so you can also store your API keys there. We really want to make it as a data storage for people to wrap their data there, and then focus more on the utilization rather than, oh, I need to bring my passport and these documents, or I need to download this app before I will access this app. Just having everything in zero ID and then just minting and sharing the access. Then there comes a question, how secure it is, because for some people it sounds like, well, is it safe to have it at one place? And the beautiful thing about that is you are going to be able to decide if you want to share the data itself or just the proof, because most of the companies will be enough with just the proof without revealing the actual document. So without us, you are going to be probably having your documents stored at 10 places, which is probably less secure than having it in one place and then just sharing a proof with each different company that will ask for that or the data itself in the end. So yeah, we are really excited about that. And there are additional features we are launching every week. So we are betting a lot on this horse, and we are bundling it together with the payment business. Because when you are making an exchange or payment with a credit card, which is super easy to do, you just choose asset, put amount, how much you want to pay for, you pass few simple verification steps, you pass a KYC that's required by law, and then you just put your credit card details and you get the asset. So whenever you will do the KYC, you're gonna get also the digital identity passport in your wallet. So we've naturally bundled together these two products, which we think might make a significant change in the market.
Yes, indeed. And dear viewers, I would like to remind that we are speaking now about that is the reason we've launched this poll, whether you come from European Union or not, because this is about the MiCA regulation, which will enforce the DeFi participants to force passing the KYC requirements for their customers. Is it correct?
Yes, exactly.
So, yes. So and Swipelux is delivering quite easy solution for this, which is almost seamless. You just once registered with them, once undergone the KYC procedure, just simply by means of uploading your driver's license or ID card, they check you immediately within 5 minutes. Once you get the account, you can use it across you will be able to use it across other platforms. So as well as on the Qchain wallet, so it's already accessible for you. But it is something that is yet to come in 2025. My understanding is that
That's correct.
MiCA will take place, so it's yet to come. And as we've discussed earlier, Philip, this also creates another opportunity for this. What was the story with the DeFi Kingdom game? Could you tell a bit?
Yeah, I haven't seen the result of the poll, so I don't want to use too much of the Web3 words. How was the result? I don't know. Let's check afterwards. So yeah,
if you return me the host, I would be able to check it.
I'll do that right now. So the story that of one of our customers have been, and not saying it was DeFi Kingdoms, we can use also a different name. So in general, lots of the companies right now in the Web3 are looking for great ways how to acquire new customers. And one of the common one in the fintech space is that you're going to get a reward if you're going to register at some platform or perform an action they want you to do. So maybe follow them on social medias or register at exchange or perform some action, create a reward pool, create a liquidity pool, for example. The big issue that is in the Web3 with giveaway campaigns and ad drop campaigns is that there are a lot of people who are called bounty hunters, which are having, let's say, 100 Twitter accounts, and they're applying for these reward pools by performing certain actions to become eligible. And then the companies end up with appointing a reward pool, let's say $20,000, and they give $10,000 to just like one person who have applied with 10 accounts, which are fake accounts, duplicate accounts. So the solution that we've designed is an option for any Web3 company to launch a reward pool, giveaway, ad drop. They will make certain steps that the user needs to do. So maybe follow them on socials, register at exchange. But then in the end, the big difference is that you need to mint the zero ID. So you need to pass the KYC verification. So you will prove you are a real, genuine user. And with that, you're going to become eligible. So we assume that we are going to save the assets of the Web3 companies who are burning their money right now on these fake accounts, so they can spend more money on their products. And we think this is going to be a place where a lot of end users are going to jump into to get rewards, to know more about the Web3 companies, to see what the products are about, and to also get the reward they can get. So you only mint literally the zero ID once, and then it unlocks quite a significant amount of benefits to you. Starting from the loyalty program, from the reward pools, ending with having an option to register at different places without passing the KYC because you're gonna just share the document. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, so dear guests, listeners, if you wondered what is zero knowledge proof, this is something we are currently discussing now. So once you're being checked, the DeFi space provides an opportunity, blockchain provides with an opportunity to transfer your identity and make a proof without disclosing actually your privacy. And by the way, the poll shows that 55% of respondents, they come from EU, and 85% are using MetaMask or similar wallet. So it's quite good. I've expected different.
So for the people who are having a MetaMask, I really think that I'm not sure if MetaMask is going to win the game, but it seems that they are going to win the game. And I think that you'll use those wallets like MetaMask for our daily life. So from opening up the doors in our house to getting inside of the car to passing the airport security checks, where you're gonna have the passport stored, or maybe your airline tickets, and you're gonna be just sharing the access directly from the wallet. So you'll no longer have to wear the wallets which everybody have in their pocket, either left or right side of the pocket, but just like moving around the world more freely. And it seems that that's going to be literally the way. And probably I also think that we're not going to be no longer going to be using passwords, but having the passkey, which is just like the fingerprint or Face ID verification to get access to apps, which are going to be all bundled within the MetaMask. So I think that maybe in the future you'll be even logging to Instagram and Facebook using your MetaMask, because it's going to be storing everything about you. And I think that Zero ID is going to play significant role in it to store the data and making sure they're going to be secured.
Nice. Well, since Qchain Foundation, we've got a video games. By the way, are you a gamer? Do you play video games or maybe used? I know you obviously don't have enough time for this, but I mean, maybe before that.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I have downloaded The Last of Us, the game with zombies. I don't know if you know that, but I haven't played yet. It was after it was 2 years since I haven't touched PS4, but I'm not a gamer. I don't have time for that, unfortunately, but I would love to.
Well, we're doing something exciting, and I hope to release it soon, and we will definitely let you know just to have your feedback. That's going to be a bit about play to earn, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. We definitely, the reason I'm discussing it, that we will do the giveaway. And since you've touched this product, once again, what's the name of this, the registration for the DeFi?
Yeah, it's a loyalty program.
The loyalty
That's what's
program.
gonna.
Yes, we will definitely need it for our solution, because like to monitor, we don't have those multiple accounts from our users when they sell it across.
Yeah, I think it's also important for the community to make sure that the projects who are maybe they are investing in, in a token, that the funds are going to be spent efficiently and not burned on the fake accounts. So it's like important also for the community to know that the projects are doing everything they can to lower down the amounts of scammers and fraudsters who are trying to get advantage of the money of the people who have been invested into the project. So yeah, once you have the game, send it over. I usually use my little brother to do a verification of the quality of a game. Yes. So he's the decision maker. If you're gonna get an application for someone who wants to work with us, it needs to be approved by my brother. He's 11 years old. He was saying to me like it's a good game or bad game.
Okay, now we know who we need to win the attention of.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So I'm calling my team to listen to this part of the webinar and to consider it. By the way, Philip, are you a hodler? I mean, do you hold any tokens in expectation to raise?
Yeah, for sure. I'm early adopter, so the things that I've mined, I'm holding still. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, but definitely there has been some mistakes I've done. But yeah, I'm not selling. I'm not looking forward for that. But I guess if you're asking me for a recommendation what to buy, I am not the person who
No,
gives that.
we're not discussing it here. We don't give any financial advices. But on the other point, we will be happy if we provide the knowledge and education here. So at least one of the topics that we raised today was the zero knowledge proofs. Well,
Sure.
yes, so this looks extensive. Like, I mean, any other questions or maybe things that you wanted to discuss?
Well, I would probably invite the people to follow both of our companies on socials because there's going to be announcements happening. And if the loyalty program would be something that we're going to launch together, there's going to be definitely a nice opportunity for people to get some rewards and try out the things we've discussed. And maybe in the end, if this is the end, I would just probably recommend to anybody who is interacting within the Web3 to be careful. It's still a place where you are responsible for your own assets, but it also have,
Exactly.
own responsibility. So be careful. It's not like Web2. You're not going to get your money back if you mess up something. You're going to lose it and never see it again. So just I would say be careful. But it's amazing industry and the people who are in the industry are extremely clever, building amazing things like people from the Qchain. So it was great to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. With opportunities and rights, there comes responsibility. By the way, any plans to attend any conferences soon? Any venues where you're gonna take place?
Yeah, for sure. We don't have yet the list of conferences ready, but I think we'll be attending every month one. So probably the biggest ones like Token 2049, Blockchain Week in Dubai are going to be the ones we're going to attend. But every month one conference, I think it's going to be the target. It's great to meet people and see how they look, like how their legs look. Usually just torso on a calls, and then you just like meet the people offline, and it's funny.
Yes, yes. Are you someone who are attending those conferences, or you got a team for this?
Yeah, we have a team, but I hope that I will never stop talking to the customers, even if we will be, a unicorn. I really want to keep up close with the customer to listen to their needs and to listen to their problems to never stop understanding the problems we are solving. So I assume that like 50% I'll be attending for sure at the biggest ones.
I love business development. It's my passion. That's great. That's great. Well, Philip, that was amazing. Like, I think I'm closing the poll, and as soon as we are confirmed by the compliance team, I'm sure that our customers, they will start getting to know with your services. So they will see your brand, they will see the payment page, and we will help them. We will help them on this way. And let me check if we have questions here. Hope
There is one
shouldn't
question
yeah,
that
sure.
if UPI is gonna be soon available. So yeah, like major payment method in India. So yes, 2024 is gonna be a year where we are gonna open up also a support in India with the UPI payment option. So that's definitely something that we are focusing on. There is a huge audience that are having troubles with purchasing the assets. We know about that, trying to fix that. So I think 2024 is going to be the time where we're going to announce it and open up the support also for purchasing with UPI.
Yeah, well, I would say that our Qchain community in India is quite extensive. And by the way, sorry, I didn't raise this question. Are you available from India or not yet? Is it a
So not
market?
yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet. Okay.
not yet. So not yet for the UPI. So most of the people are using UPI. We also want to, right now you can purchase with Visa, MasterCard, but we know that the local people in local countries, they have their own payment methods, and we want to make sure that they'll have the local experience. So that's something that we're going to be focusing on for sure.
But do you envision yourself mostly as a debit credit card provider, or the alternative options and payments is also in your pipeline?
So credit debit card, sure. If you're talking about wire transfers and maybe
Yes, credit transfers.
additional so yes, for sure. Also something that we are going to be rolling out soon. That's something that we are working on to do a bank transfer, to do SEPA, to use the UPI. There are different payment methods, and we want to make sure that we offer as much of them as possible to really make sure that anybody who will meet Swipelux solution will be able to use it.
What do you think about Latin America? Do you plan to approach the market?
Yeah, so one of the reasons why we have or one of the main resources we're going to use the funds that we have fundraised is going to be the support of US and of the whole of majority of the America. So yeah, for sure, this is a place where we also want to be. We know that the potential there, we know that the needs there. It just takes time to roll out our solutions, which are heavily regulated. It's not that, it's not like you're launching second social medias and you can be global from day one. We are actually heavily regulated. So right now we are licensed in Estonia and in Slovakia, but we also want to roll out and expand these services to US, which requires a certain licenses, certain procedures, and we want to make sure that once we're going to be there, we're going to be fully compliant and everything's going to be extremely stable to provide the best services possible.
We can help you in Brazil, by the way. We've got partners there. So, I mean, if you studied the market, Pix is like the payment solution, which is being used by everyone in Brazil. And I mean, it's instant, it's easy. So if you would be interested to discuss it, I can get you in touch with the person.
Sure, we can also do that.
Yeah, and it's not subject for chargebacks. So it's immediate credit transfer and cheap, super cheap.
Let's do that.
Okay. Philip, thank you. Well, we are wishing you a happy Merry Christmas that is coming soon. I believe that Prague is amazing, starting to get amazing during this time of the year. And wishing you a great day so far, a great week, and hope to speak with you later on other topics.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It was great. I hope
Our
we've delivered some value to the community, and great to meet you again. And I'm looking forward for what Qchain is going to also bring to the market. Wishing you the best as well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for everybody, including you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I suggest that we probably consider, I don't know, maybe not once a quarter, but at least once within a half a year to repeat these calls, like to see the progress on
Love to.
Thank you, Philip. Have a good day. Take care. Wish you good luck.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.